Imagine waking up one morning and discovering you've lost more money than most countries will ever see. Not a few million, not a few billion, $70 billion. It sounds impossible, but that's exactly what happened to a man named Masayoshi Son. At one point, he was the richest person on the planet. His fortune grew so quickly that it seemed unstoppable. Then almost overnight, it all came crashing down. This is the story of the man who lost $70 billion. Masayoshi Son was born in Japan in 1957 to a family of Korean immigrants. Growing up, he faced discrimination and challenges from an early age, but Son was ambitious. As a teenager, he became obsessed with technology and entrepreneurship. He admired successful business leaders and dreamed of building something huge. At just 16 years old, he moved to the United States to study. While most students were focused on passing exams, Son was already thinking about business opportunities. One of his first successes came when he invented an electronic translator and sold the rights for over $1 million. Not bad for a student. After graduating, Son returned to Japan and founded a company called SoftBank in 1981. At first, SoftBank was a software distributor, but Son wasn't interested in building a small company. He wanted to build an empire. Over the next 2 decades, he made aggressive investments in technology companies. While many investors were cautious, Son believed the internet would completely transform the world. And for a while, he looked like a genius. During the late 1990s, the internet was booming. New technology companies appeared almost every day. Investors were pouring money into anything with a website. This period became known as the dot-com bubble, and nobody benefited more than Masayoshi Son. As technology stocks exploded in value, SoftBank's investments skyrocketed. Son's personal fortune grew at an astonishing rate. By the year 2000, he was briefly considered the richest person in the world. His net worth was estimated at over $70 billion. For a short period, he was worth more than Bill Gates. Everything seemed perfect. But there was one problem. The internet boom had become a bubble. Many technology companies had little revenue, no profits, and unrealistic expectations. Investors eventually began to realize this. Panic spread through the market. Technology stocks started falling, then they crashed. The dot-com bubble burst. And when it did, Masayoshi Son suffered one of the largest financial losses in history. Within months, much of his fortune disappeared. His net worth fell from over $70 billion to just a fraction of that amount. Some estimates suggest he lost around 99% of his wealth. Imagine building a fortune larger than most nations and then watching almost all of it vanish. Most people would have given up. Many investors never recovered from the crash, but Masayoshi Son wasn't finished. Instead of retreating, he kept investing, and one investment would change everything. Back in 2000, while many people were focused on American technology companies, Son met a young entrepreneur in China named Jack Ma. The meeting reportedly lasted less than an hour. Despite Alibaba being a relatively unknown startup, Son was impressed. He invested around $20 million into the company. At the time, it seemed like a risky gamble. Years later, it became one of the greatest investments in history. Alibaba grew into one of the largest e-commerce companies in the world. SoftBank's stake became worth tens of billions of dollars. The investment helped rebuild Son's fortune and restored his reputation as one of the world's most influential investors. Today, Masayoshi Son remains one of the most fascinating figures in business history. He experienced success on a scale few people can imagine. He lost more money than almost anyone in history, and somehow he managed to come back. His story is a reminder that wealth can disappear much faster than it's created, but it's also proof that a single opportunity can change everything. Most people know the names of the world's richest individuals. Far fewer know the story of the man who became the richest person alive, lost $70 billion, and fought his way back. And that's what makes Masayoshi Son one of the most remarkable businessmen the world has ever seen.